Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box. Now, when it comes to all things blown, Bill Clinton really is the president who leads the way. But on this day in 1992, it wasn't him being blown, it was a saxophone being blown by him. My, how the tables later did turn. And the only table, though, at the time was Arsenio Hall sitting behind his table. Actually, he did the couch thing, so that reference doesn't really apply. But it was Arsenio Hall and a young, still not fully well known Bill Clinton. He was on the campaign trail, but many thought he was a long shot, at least at the beginning. But some say that it was this blowing that actually got him to win the presidency. Now, when did the 80s become the 90s? Well, you could say it was this moment when a future president was blowing into a saxophone on the quintessentially 90s Arsenio Hall show, a great show that the network took away from him for all of the wrong reasons, reasons to do with censorship of ideas. More on that some other day. But Arsenio was always very supportive of a lot of the young musicians of the day, especially those that wouldn't necessarily be touched by other network talk shows at the time. Now, this was an important moment because the last few presidents had been on the older side. President Reagan was old when he became president. George H.W. Bush was no spring chicken himself. Carter, of course, was a younger guy, but he was a bit square, where the whole thing with Clinton is, I eat at Burger King and I play the saxophone just like you. Well, maybe not just like everyone, but anyway, it was part of that whole cultural gestalt. There were gatekeepers, of course. This was still network TV, although Arsenio is unique in that I think that if he came in the age of TikTok and YouTube, he would have been even more successful than he was in the 90s. But it's just very interesting to actually see a politician do something musical because a lot of, in sort of America, much of Europe, though not all, but particular northern and northwestern Europe, the idea that you can be a world leader and a musician is anathema because music is still looked down upon in a lot of societies. Frank Zappa mentioned it. He said, if you say, I'm a guitar player in America, they go, you're just a guitar player. If you say it in Spain, they consider that a profoundly important artistic reality. At least they did in Zappa's day. As Orson Welles said of Spain, he left when Barcelona and Madrid became indistinguishable from LA. But it did break a certain barrier to see a serious political candidate blowing into an instrument, a musical instrument at that. And so it was a watershed moment, not a white watershed moment, but there you go. Maybe he should have played a song from the Allman Brothers, Eat and Impeach. Hey, I'm here all week, folks. But yeah, it was an important moment because yeah, Bill Clinton was taken seriously, even though he was a musician. That was a radical concept for many people, and it still somewhat is. In any case, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. You can send your complaints straight to the comments section located below my desk, where I can assure you Monica is not located. You know, people who are 16, 17 will have no idea what these jokes are, but that's okay. Most of you will. As always, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.